Good morning and welcome back to Meadow Green Homesteading. So today I thought I'd do something a little bit different and kind of just bring you along for the morning routine that we go through. So first things off, we got to take care of the egg layers in the front yard, so I'm going to do that. We're going to gather our eggs, make sure they got food and water for the day, and then we'll go take care of the meat birds. Good morning, ladies. What you got? Now I know by now I've at least gotten one person with this. This isn't a real egg. But this is probably a double yolk. Looks like we got 3 today. These are our cinnamon queens. These are what we call the golden girls, and I think the cinnamon queens are just starting to lay. The golden girls have been laying for about 3 weeks now, but I'm fairly certain that the cinnamon queens have not. I do think we got a cinnamon queen egg yesterday. It was barely hard. It was very pale and chalky in color. So, all right, we're taking care of these guys. Let's go take care of the meat birds. I guess that means they're ready to come out. Want to get the side door? Uh-oh. We have at least 3 of them. I believe you were probably one that was crowing. Prepare for a graceful landing. Madness begin. Feeding frenzy. We're feeding them 12 hours on, 12 hours off now, so in the morning they're pretty hungry. Alright, we got their food taken care of. Fix their water. You're always the first to come over. We have 3 Turkins that came in with our Red Rangers. They're known for their naked necks, so we didn't pay for them, they just threw them in there. We're gonna raise them up and butcher them anyways, but Kind of funny looking. Here's Cookie. I think we believe that Cookie is a blue Orpington, and I do believe that Cookie is also a her. Looking at the feathers on her wings. These roosters are getting big. Hey, how'd you get up here? Huh? How did you get up here? I guess somebody wanted to go for a walk. We're having a stare down. He's like, Dad, they got big, Dad. They got so big, Dad. What happened? Last time I saw them, they were like nuggets. Alright, so every morning I like to come up here, just take a quick look around the garden before work. We got our second planting of corn going, so Gabrielle planted 4 rows of that. I'm not going to go totally through the garden since I got to get to work. But, you know, in the morning I like to come up here, pick what we got for the morning. Some beautiful zucchini. This one's already got a home. We're going to give this to Cody, who we're buying half a cow from here pretty quick. We'll have that at the end of August. So we'll bring you back up this afternoon and kind of do a little update on the garden. I know Gabrielle's got a lot of work to do over here. So the okra, though, man, the okra is just flying out of the garden. Tomatoes have been flying out, but they're starting to go by. They're battling a little bit of pest pressure and disease. Got a lot of weeding to do. It finally rained, so the weeds have just sprouted up really quick. Got a lot of grass coming up, but we have our second planting of beans in the garden now. Jacob's got some orange pumpkins in here somewhere. He's sitting right over there. It's nice first thing in the morning. You come up and the pumpkins are all open. Looks like somebody's taking a nap. Pumpkin's still making a run for it outside of the garden. We've lost about half of our pepper plants to southern blight, so kind of unfortunate, but hey, we're learning this year. I think next year we'll probably grow them at the house in pots, but and we're having issues with the cucumbers, but they're starting to go by anyways. They are still producing fruit right on the top. Let's see if I can find one real quick. So the greenery that's on the top is still producing cucumbers, but the stuff at the bottom, it just kind of looks nasty. Nice and quiet up here in the morning. Alright, so this afternoon I'll bring you up and we'll do kind of a smaller update with Gabrielle on the garden. We'll let her wake up, and I gotta go to work. So got the chickens taken care of, got some fruit. I'm gonna head back to the house, get ready for work, and we'll see you later. Oh, good afternoon, everybody. I see you dug yourself a nice deep hole. Everybody's dusting. Sun's starting to go back around the other side of the barn, so these guys are out enjoying some shade. So I like to come up here in the afternoon, just check on their water, make sure they have enough food. Like I said earlier, we do the 12-hour on, 12-hour off thing. So just one scoop of food just to hold them over this afternoon. Their water looks good. We have these guys always trying to make a break for it, huh? No, back inside. Go back inside. Back inside. Back inside. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where you going? She's like, I don't know. You know what? I know all you want is that grass, so go ahead. That's what happens when you leave the door open. Just a minute too long. So I think I wanted to touch on a couple points. I was reviewing some footage today of when I came up this morning. There were a couple of things that I wanted to mention. The meat chickens, about 30 of them will be butchered on the 26th or the 24th of this month, something like that. So we'll be doing that. The cow that we're getting will be going to the butchers on the 29th of August. We won't get the meat back from that for 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to halfway through September having all the chicken and red meat that we'll need for quite some time. So Cookie will be going down with the hens in their coop. The 3 turkins will stay up here. I think I'm going to actually try and let them free range up here and kind of have the run of the property. We didn't pay anything for them and they're growing really slow, so I'm going to test free ranging them up here and just see if they don't get picked off. So that's the plan. There also are going to be 1 rooster and 4 hens staying up here. I'm going to allow the hens to lay. Hopefully they go broody. If not, we're going to get a brooder and we're going to actually try and incubate them down at the house. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that. Like I've said in other videos, we're trying to be self-sustainable. So part of that is, you know, growing and reproducing right here on the farm. So far so good. Everybody's really healthy. We haven't lost any except for, I think we lost 2 out of the first batch. So that's enough for chickens. I'm gonna head over to the garden. Gabrielle's up there. I just got out of work, so we're gonna head up there, see what's going on, and let her get into a little bit more detail about what's going on with the garden. As you see, we finally got some compost piles going. This pile right here is just about done. I think that's pretty much fully done. This one's about halfway, and the one on the end we've been adding to, so that'd be great for next year. Howdy, miss.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Just weeding and leveling out this bed.
Oh.
Ready to plant something new.
Looks good. I see you got the beans weeded from this morning.
Yep, got the beans weeded. Harvested the rest of the mature bean pods off the Royal Burgundy.
Yep.
And got rid of those. They were done. The provider beans still have a lot of beans still maturing, so we can collect the seeds from those.
Awesome. Sounds good. You found some okra today too?
Oh yeah, harvesting okra every day.
So what's going on with the peppers over here?
Well, unfortunately we have southern blight going on with a lot of our peppers. The California bell peppers have been hit pretty hard. I think there's only 1 left out of, what, 6?
Yeah, I think we had 6, at least 6.
At least 6. And it's a fungus that lives in the soil. There's not much you can do, but when you recognize it, pull up the plant, dispose of it. Do not put it in your compost, otherwise the fungus will spread. Try and scoop up as much soil that's infected as you can, and try and keep any like mulch or decaying material away from the base of the plants, and try and keep them dry as possible. Fortunately, it's only been the bell peppers, and our these are actually the pretty and sweet ones have a lot of peppers on them, and they're doing well.
This one looks like it's getting heavy.
It is getting so
put a
heavy
stake.
that I tried to stake it up and hold it up after all the heavy rain.
Now these are upside down, right? Because they're supposed to look like they're supposed to look like these guys, right?
Yes, usually they look like this.
Yeah, in
And
different colors.
Yes, and they ripen to red and orange. There is a couple of them that are starting to ripen up.
Is southern blight something we're gonna have to deal with next year, or what do you think? Do you think planting down in pots or something?
Definitely gonna have to plant peppers in a different location. Planting them in pots or a raised bed at the house, or even up here, is an option. I'm not sure what our plan is going to be, but I would love to find a variety that's more resistant to it. It didn't affect the Anaheim peppers.
Not as bad anyways.
And this is This is Anaheim.
That's crazy.
My basil has gotten so tall and huge this year. It's like bigger than the peppers. It's like tree trunks. And I'm letting some of it flower just to attract pollinators. And some of it I've been clipping and bringing in to dry and use.
Looks like you got
dry
plenty of
basil.
pollinators down here. Look at all the butterflies.
Yes. The cayenne peppers, oh, you missed it, but I just harvested a few of them. The cayenne are all starting to ripen up. Just picked a few red ones today. And this are the lonely bell peppers. I believe they're the only ones left.
Oh,
I'm
small
babying
ones.
them. Yes.
Looks like you cleaned out the zucchini over here today too.
Yeah.
I know I picked one this morning, but this plant on the end has been
This
the
plant
biggest producer.
has done the best. I'm not sure if it's the way it's positioned where it gets morning sun and afternoon sun, so it's in full sun all day long no matter what. But yeah, I clipped off a lot of the dead leaves. I actually pulled up one of the plants. We've had an issue with vine borer beetle. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that. And we actually had a part of the vine cracked open, so the vine borer is out of there, and now I've just been trying to diligently check all the leaves for any eggs and any other infestations. So they're still producing. We've gotten plenty of zucchini and summer squash, and they are kind of on their last leg.
Yeah,
So-
we've got a lot in the freezer. I've been going through and I created that notebook that's got a tally of everything that we have, and
in the freezer.
I filled up a whole page of just zucchini, so
Yes, we've gotten plenty of zucchini.
a lot for people who don't really even eat a lot.
The cucumbers are a whole different issue. These cucumbers are the Max Pack and the Straight 8 from Haas Tools. They did phenomenal and produced way more than we ever thought they would. But because we had an extremely hot and humid summer, we did just have a week of rain. But before that, it was months of just incredible heat and humidity. We've gotten some sort of bacterial disease. The leaves are all dying off. I'm pretty sure it's angular leaf spot. If you look at the leaves, you can kind of see this angular shape, and they turn yellow, and then they start getting the holes in them, and then they just die.
It's hard to see on the camera. That one was in the
right, and the fruit
shade.
The fruit, I mean, although the tops are still producing, the cucumbers that you get off of the lower part that's infected tends to be very bitter and misshapen, and some of them just rot right on the vine. So
Like this?
these are, yes, exactly like that. So these are just about done. I'm gonna pull them up and call it a win for the cucumbers, because we have, how many pickles do we have?
Oh, I think we have 12 quarts of dill pickle, 12 quarts of bread and butter, and I think 6 pints of bread and butter. Plus we have all the relish that we've been making.
Sweet relish, and we've made cucumber salad. We've been eating fresh cucumbers like in pasta salad. We've had plenty of cucumbers. So I think that we're gonna call it a win, even though they did get infected with some sort of bacterial disease.
And we actually bought seeds to go in here, right? We're planting this.
Well, yeah, I wanted to plant some pole beans on here. I had gotten some wax beans, the Cherokee wax beans. But because I got them at like a farmer's market out of a bin, there's no seed packet. I'm not sure if they're really pole beans or if they're going to be more of a bush bean. But I'd still like to try them over here and see how much they do vine.
Yep.
And I guess that'll be a trial. Like everything with gardening is trial and error. And you try and see what success you can have.
Jacob's got a couple pumpkins. I think one of them's getting eaten here. Oh yeah.
That one looks like something.
That one's got a poor little hole, but
This one looks nice, it's just not very big. It's nice and orange. And plenty of watermelon. We are hopefully harvesting this watermelon soon. We're looking for all the signs that a watermelon is ready. Like the tendril is brown and dead, and it sounds hollow. and it has a yellow spot, which this one doesn't have like a yellow or orange spot on the side, and it still doesn't seem quite hollow. Also, you can tell kind of they look dull when they're ready.
Yeah.
This one has the yellow spot.
It's not browning on the tendril yet though, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It is?
It is. But it doesn't sound very hollow. So Jacob and I decided we were gonna give it like at least a couple more days, and then we'll try it. We have enough watermelon here that if it's not completely ripe, it's not the end of the world. So.
It looks like you got one of your pretty and sweet peppers turning red. See it?
Over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few red getting. I'm
just amazed by all the butterflies that are up here.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, so we pulled potatoes out of here. You've weeded and got this bed all ready for something else.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. It was ready, and then we got a week of rain, so a bunch of weeds have popped up. But that's what happens with a new garden. But yeah, I'd like to plant something else here, and then we have another row on the other side of Jacob's that I wanted to plant more carrots. So
awesome.
Can't do that.
Yeah, Jacob's gonna have a lot of volunteer flowers coming up next year of all different kinds. That's for sure.
Yeah, he said that he wanted to let them go to seed, and I warned him that there's going to be zinnias popping up for at least another year or so.
Zinnias, marigolds.
Zinnias and marigolds, and even his little 2 calendulas down there are going to seed also. So
yeah,
we won't have to buy zinnia seeds or marigold seeds next year. But
all right, what's going on with the tomatoes? So we have had a couple of really hard rains and what they call tomato splitting rains.
yeah, so because we had intense drought and heat, and they were sort of getting watered consistently, then all of a sudden we had a week of heavy rains and big storms come in. I mean, we got almost 2 inches of rain within like 2 days, and then we got another inch of rain after that, so it was a lot. So the leaves are starting to look kind of yucky and getting like some fungal and bacteria things going on, which we're trying to prevent spreading. And we came up, Jacob and I pulled off about 6 different hornworms the other night. So you can see like the top of some of these have been eaten by hornworms, but you know, we are still getting tomatoes.
I think the chickens enjoyed those worms.
Yes, they did. We're still getting tomatoes, and we still have a ton of tomatoes to make more tomato sauce, and I was going to can up some more diced tomatoes too. So
You get a backdrop of all these butterflies. Everything's fluttering behind you.
yeah,
It's crazy. Well, we're doing a good job of raising some grass. These will be the next project, I think. These rows were covered in buckwheat. We crimped the buckwheat, and then of course it went to seed, so we got volunteer buckwheat coming up all over the place, and there's just all sorts of weeds, so just don't pay attention to that.
well, it's proof that our cover crop worked, but only for so long.
Until we crimped it, and then it started drying out, and then those grass just...
It worked for, you know, a month, but then it needed something else, and we just didn't take care of it. The strawberries are doing pretty well. They've had a rough go of it also because we lost some in the heat and drought. These are the ever-bearing ones, so they are still producing. I just picked a whole handful of them when I was up in the garden. I was eating them and picking them
I saw them in
earlier.
the bucket.
If you get them before the birds do, they're so delicious and sweet. But so these are the ever-bearing ones. They're doing pretty well, other than getting eaten by some grasshoppers, which probably has to do with the long grass on either side of them.
Yeah, so I've been trying to keep this mowed out here as well. This was like 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
So we were letting this grass grow up because it was so dry. We thought maybe the grass would just keep the moisture in the ground, but I think all it ended up doing was really just inviting the grasshoppers, everything to get real close. So we've gone around and we've trimmed all the grass around here, and these are going to get weeded, and maybe we'll do some sort of a cover crop. We've been doing a lot of research on cover crops lately.
Yeah, I prefer to just get a silage tarp and try and cover them up and kill everything and start over if we can do that. Yeah,
So we lost a couple down here.
Yeah,
Looks.
we lost some, and then that's when I started letting the runners go, because I feel like since we lost a few plants, we are okay with letting some of these runners go. And now we have a lot of new plants, but yeah, we definitely lost some, and I know that they got infested and were getting eaten also. So the week of rain really helped, and we see a lot of new green leaves going on. So
Yeah, they look
good.
much better since we got rain.
Yeah.
It's good because I think our IBC totes they're both half full now.
Yeah, I think they're a little more than half full, so we'll be set for now, and hopefully we'll get some cooler temperatures. The strawberries really don't like extreme heat in the middle of the summer anyway.
We haven't had any of that.
Yeah.
Alright guys, so that's going to be it for this video. We just wanted to give you kind of a little rundown of our daily activities around here, and just a quick garden update. We'll probably be doing one, I don't know, in a month or two I think, as we transition out of summer into the fall months. So stay tuned for that. Please consider liking this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.